As many of you may know, we recently installed LVP flooring and a pine accent wall in our house, and we needed some trim for this project. But when we checked the prices at the store, we nearly walked out empty handed. Pre-finished trim in the style we wanted was way too expensive, and even the cheap stuff didn't match. And of course, the stuff you get pre-finished off the shelf seems to cost as much as a week's worth of groceries. So we decided to make our own, because not only does it save us money, but it lets us stay true to our design without compromising. We started with 4 standard 1x4 boards. These are just basic pine boards, easy to find and affordable. The plan is simple: rip each board into 4 strips, giving us 16 total pieces of 3/4 inch by 3/4 inch trim. This size works great for baseboards, window edges, or anywhere you want clean, simple lines. You don't need a fancy workshop to do this. A table saw or even a circular saw with a straight edge can get the job done. Just make sure you measure carefully, use clamps if needed, and always double check your blade alignment. Consistency is what makes your trim look professional. Now, this is the step that really takes your trim to the next level. We're using a roundover bit on our router to soften the edges. It's a small detail, but it makes a huge difference. That rounded edge gives your trim a clean, finished look, just like the pre-made stuff at the store. But with ours, we're customizing the profile to match the vibe of our home. Remember when you're doing this to go slow. Keep a firm grip on the router and let the bit do the work. Don't force it. And make sure to route all sides consistently before moving to the next piece. With the shape finished, now it's all about the prep. We hit each piece with 120 grit sandpaper to smooth out the surface and knock down any sharp edges. You don't want splinters, and you definitely don't want rough spots that soak up too much finish. After sanding with 120 grit, I move on to 220 grit just to help smooth out that finish. Once sanded, we wipe off the dust and check each board for imperfections. This is your last chance to catch anything before finishing. Good sanding doesn't just make it feel better, it helps your trim look like a piece you'd find in a high-end custom built home. Now that the trim is smooth and prepped, we seal it with polyurethane. We're using a clear gloss poly to protect the wood while keeping the natural grain visible, especially important for this beetle-killed pine, which has so much character in every board already. Apply it in thin, even coats. Let it dry thoroughly between coats if you do more than one. This not only protects your trim from wear and tear, but it also brings out the beauty in the wood you worked hard to shape. With the trim finally sealed and dry, it's finally time to install it. We measure each wall section and cut our custom trim to fit. For outside corners, we're cutting 45-degree angles to create clean miter joints that look professional, even on a budget. Depending on where it's going, we're attaching it with either finish nails or construction adhesive, whatever gives us the best hold on these older mobile home walls. And then, just like that, piece by piece, the space transforms. It's crazy what a difference trim can make. It adds that finished, polished look that pulls everything together. And knowing we made it ourselves makes it that much more special and satisfying. This entire trim project cost us less than $25 out of pocket, but the value it added, easily worth hundreds. We didn't need fancy tools or high end material, just a little bit of time, some determination, and a vision to make this space feel like ours. Custom doesn't have to mean expensive, and being on a tight budget doesn't mean you have to sacrifice style. If this inspired you, hit that like button, subscribe for more budget friendly renovation ideas, and let us know in the comments what's one thing you built yourself instead of buying. Oh, yeah, and remember to tell yourself, I can fix that.